Hello, my lovers. I've just got back from, some of you might have seen, we went to North Wales. I used to live in Wales, but we were in the south. And we just went to North Wales to Snowdonia for my partner to run a 56k over like all the mountains. The peak of Snowdonia and 2 or 3 other peaks. It was quite an insane day. The weather was absolutely spectacular. It was like we were abroad. And me and the kids, we were staying all in this Airbnb. When he was running, we went and relaxed around this beautiful lake at the bottom of the mountain. And it was like a piece of heaven. I felt like we were abroad. We were like so warm. The water was like so crisp and like cold and fresh. And then just everyone, the atmosphere of the place, because it was an international race. We had people all over the world coming to do this UTMB race. So it was this real energetic feeling of the weekend. But so many things were taking place all simultaneously. We were obviously going to support him doing the race. And prior to this race, I'd had this vision months ago that I was doing like a vlog behind the scenes, and I was at this pretty place and I was taking pictures and like videos of the blossom on the trees, and it was warm and there was this real festival kind of ambience and people dressed up. And then at the end of the dream, my partner was running and I realised we were at a race and he was kind of like dead on his legs, but he was part of the video, which meant we were all in this thing together but doing our own thing. Like I was doing the vlogging and there was my music. And then yesterday when we came back, we made a montage, or he made a montage of the bits of the vlog at the beginning of his race and the ascent and the things that he'd captured and the whole day. And he wanted to use one of my tracks, which was cute. And I was like, I don't know, which one do you want? He was like, just like something energetic, something that gives that vibe. And I was going through my projects, 3,000 million, 100 of them. And I found one that said, "You Better Run." I haven't even published it anywhere. I think I published it on BandLab, but anyway, it wasn't published. So we had to find it and listen to it and then create this video. So the vision, I was suddenly in it, seeing this video that came to life yesterday, which is on my page if you want to go and look at it, was us as a family all doing what we love doing. We're very different. I don't run 56Ks. I run, but not like that. And I do yoga and I do singing, and we're very different. But it was this beautiful, like, celebration of our differences coming together and being a celebratory, I don't know, it was just really cute. And I'd seen it, and then here we were creating this video. All throughout the weekend too, there were so many beautiful signs. Like I kept seeing I'm seeing 22 continuously. It became a joke. Like we'd be on the motorway and a car would pull in front, 22. The bill came to 22. Like the shopping was £22, or everything was always 22. Still yet to discover what that means, but I think I have a vague idea of why this number is coming. But during this weekend, it was like, I know that I'm in the midst of another spiritual awakening, and this one seems like a momentous, like I've got to the peak of my own mountain, my own experience, and now Spirit's saying, this, you're at the beginning of something is about to shift and change, and I'm in it. Like the energy is just so wild. And Spirit was telling me on the 12th, which was yesterday, Sunday, you will start to remember. And that's all I talk about is remember. Like remember where you come from. Remember your soul essence. Remember your reason for being here. Your reason for being yourself. And on the 12th yesterday, I started remembering like lives I've lived, places I've been. Like everything was kind of activating and waking up. And this feeling of tearing the veil between this realm and other realms, like it's becoming so much more day-to-day life to know that I'm in heavenly realms whilst living in this realm and experiencing that and seeing beings of the angels and the divinity of life and the patterns and the structures. And it was like my mind was like, I've been here before, I've done this before, I know what I'm doing, I know who I am. And prior to this, it was like going through tests of somebody said most beautifully, in order to know what you are, you have to be faced with what you're not. And in knowing that you're not that, you shed what you're not to reveal what you are. And so these tests that have been coming is almost like people coming or situations coming, and it's all for you, even if it feels unpleasant at the time. You're faced with what you're not. So I'm not religious, I'm not like structured, I'm not in this state of right, you know. It was like showing me, coming and testing me by showing me and presenting me with the opposite of what I am, in order for me to go, no, that ain't me, take that layer off. No, that's not me, take that layer off. And the more you take off everything that you're not, what's left is what you really are, your true essence, your true divinity. And in that place, I'm now stepping forwards. So as I was sleeping, I had this vision of my mum who passed when I was 19. But in this vision, I'm doing a lot of time travel. In this vision, I was faced. I was looking out of these eyes, looking at me as a 13-year-old girl with my mum at this holiday camp that we used to go to. And I was like, that's me at 13. But I could smell the air, I could hear the sounds, and then I was in the 13-year-old version of me. And I was with my mum, and I was like, my mum, like, what? This is the past, but it's in the present. And this voice was saying, the past, the present, and the future all coexist. Your mind might not be able to understand this, but they all coexist, and here you are. I was that 13-year-old version of me in the now moment of today. And I suddenly, the spirit said, what would you like to do? And I was in a different part of the park, and I saw my mum by the caravan, and I was like, I want to hug my mum. Like, I haven't seen her for years, but here I am as a 13-year-old able to. So I ran and I just flung my arms around her. But for her, she was in that place with no concept that I wanted to say, I'm from the future, and you don't exist in my world anymore. Choked me up a bit. And I wanted to say, like, you don't exist anymore, but I know what's to come, and I know that I'm going to miss you, but I love you. And then I hugged her and I embraced her, and she's like, are you all right, Becky? Like, what's wrong with you? You've come back from the toilet a little bit funny. And I was like, oh, this is weird. And then I stepped back from that, and I was me again, but observing. And this voice said to me, ask her to speak to her divine soul, not her as your mother. Speak to her divine essence. So, and I never called my mum mother, but I went, Mother, what do you have to tell me? And it was as if she was almost like, something just took over her. And because I'd spoken from spirit and asked a direct question, she just turned. And then I saw, and she said, the apples are ripe. The fish, and as she was saying this, it was like a clock. Like, say the first thing that she said was 5 past the clock. The apples are ripe. The fish are ready to swim. I can't remember them all now. The time is now. The race is ready to run. The student is ready for the teacher to arrive. The race is ready to run. This is it. You're ready. And then she snapped out of it and she went, and I love you. And as the moment she said that, I felt this rush, and I saw this huge clock face like Big Ben, and I was on the hand of about to turn to 12, and the other hand was at 6 o'clock. So, and I was pulling the hand that was at 5 to 6 with all of my might, like pulling it to 12. And then I pulled, and I was on the hour, and as soon as it hit 12, the clock went boom, and it vibrated all through me. And I was like, what is it with 6 o'clock? And it went, everything's aligned. And then I heard 33, and it was all of my vertebrae in a straight line like this 6. And this frequency was rushing through my body. And this voice said, whoa, she's aligned. You're ready. You're ready. So I know something massive is happening, and I'm ready for it. And I feel like I'm going to run a race. And I saw myself coming back and encouraging every one of the people that in my speech, be encouraged, become your divine essence, know who you are, remember, good stuff's coming.